Hey, it's Daisy! Have you ever seen such an innocent and spunky character? It's like she just came out of nowhere and landed square in our hearts for decades. But what do we know about Daisy? As it turns out, Daisy is a much more interesting character than you probably thought. Always known as the lesser princess, you may think differently of Daisy after watching this video. Today we'll be pleased to share with you some little factoids about this orange-haired beauty. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to The Gamer for more gaming content and ring the bell to keep up to date with all our videos. Now, without further ado, here are 10 things you never knew about Daisy. The voice. When it comes to fictional characters, their voices are as recognizable as their designs. Some of you may know the voice of Mario, Charles Martinet, and if you didn't, well, hey, here's a bonus fact for you. No matter what, you know his voice. You've heard it for almost a decade. The same can be said of Princess Peach. In the games, her voice actress has changed around a bit, starting with Jen Taylor and changing to Nicole Millies for a short while in Mario and Luigi, Partners in Time, and Super Mario Strikers. Peach has since been voiced by Samantha Kelly starting in 2007 with Super Mario Chargers. Yet, who voices Daisy and who has said the iconic soundbite we all know and love?
Hi, I'm Daisy!
Well, in the beginning, Jen Taylor doubled up voicing both Peach and Daisy until about 2003, when Deanna Mustard took over with Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. Since then, Deanna has owned Daisy, voicing every iteration of the character, her most recent credit being Super Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. When she is not voicing Daisy, Deanna has been featured in a few short films and TV shows. Her most recent spot was on the Prime exclusive show Transparent as the characters Pearl and Holly. However, we can thank Deanna for voicing the sweet and lovable Daisy we love to play as. Where did she come from? So Peach has been called Princess Toadstool in the past and has ruled over the Mushroom Kingdom. With all that we've seen in the Mushroom Kingdom, what left is there? Daisy is called Princess Daisy for a reason, so she must have a kingdom, right? Well, you could be correct, dear viewer. She is the ruler of Sarasa Land. This far-off land is broken up into 4 different kingdoms and is separate from the Mushroom Kingdom, but exists in the same universe. So have we ever been to Sarasa Land? Yes, we have actually. We first saw this mythical place in Super Mario Land, which was released for the Game Boy back in 1989. In the game, Mario jumps to save the land of Sarasa Land from the evil Tatonga, who kidnaps Daisy and hypnotizes the otherwise peaceful people into attacking Mario, serving as the game's enemies. So in this game, set in a world that is not the Mushroom Kingdom, Mario has to defeat a villain who is not Bowser and save a princess who is not Peach. So while it's technically different, it's essentially the same as every other Mario game to date. Nevertheless, Sarasa Land is a pretty amazing place, and the name even comes from the calico textiles Portuguese traders would take from India to trade with Japan during the Edo period. These textiles were very popular and known as the Portuguese name Sarasa. Bet you didn't think you would learn some history here, did ya? We're taking you to school. When did she arrive? So you might be asking, well, obviously she was first introduced in 1989 when Super Mario Land was released. We know we just got done talking about it. However, in that game, Daisy was an NPC, so she was introduced, but gamers were not able to play as her until much later. After Super Mario Land, Daisy was shelved for a while. She made some cameo appearances in other Nintendo games like NES Open Tournament Golf and Super Mario Bros. Paint. However, it wasn't until Mario Tennis where Daisy would be back and as a playable character. Nintendo was coming out with arguably one of the greatest systems in the company's history, the Nintendo 64, and for this console they needed a new line of Mario games to show off the capabilities of the console. Back when the game was in development, Camelot, the developers of the game, were having trouble coming up with some suitable characters for a tennis game. Nintendo suggested they use Daisy because she was human, just like Mario, Luigi, and Peach. I guess the developers needed more characters with opposable thumbs. Since then, Daisy has managed to make it into every Mario spin-off game, which includes Mario Kart, Sports, and Mario Party games. In fact, Daisy's been over 60 games to date, coming in second for the most games a female character has started. Who's first, you ask? Well, of course, it's Princess Peach. Sorry, Daisy, you can't win them all. One tough cookie. Now, there's a lot of expectations when you're a princess. You must be proper, polite, and above all poised. It is right, and it is elegant. Well, if you're a real-life princess, that is. Disney and Nintendo have done a lot to both establish princess stereotypes and shatter them. Just look at the Disney princess stereotypes that the company has built its reputation on, and then look at how more recent movies have tried to tear down those tropes. Nintendo has done the same thing with Daisy in a way, where Peach is more of a traditional princess. Daisy is almost the complete opposite. She's often been described as a tomboy, a girl who's not afraid to get her hands dirty and do some work herself. It's often been said her outlandish, extroverted behavior is personified through her color scheme. According to her Super Smash Bros. Trophy descriptions, her colors reflect her personality, which is why she chooses orange and yellow. Of course, she has a flirtatious side. In Mario Party 3, she flirts with the Millennium Star in order to get the beauty stamp. However, when Bowser appears, Daisy just can't help but bust out the smack and slap Bowser clear into the sky. What more do you want in a character? Kind and sweet with a killer left hook. Peach, you need to step up your game. Someone to hold at night. Nintendo is nothing if not conservative with public displays of affection. I mean, for decades now, Mario has been risking his life for Princess Peach and hasn't gotten so much as a kiss for it. Nothing major, just a kiss. Is that so much to ask for? In any case, while the eternal struggle of will they or won't they goes on with Peach and Mario, Daisy's been enjoying the company of another Mario bro. It's no secret to anyone who's played a Mario game that Daisy and Luigi are a pretty established couple, but where did it all begin? Well, it started when Daisy was just a background NPC in the 1991 NES Mario Golf game. Daisy was Luigi's caddy in the game. In Mario Tennis, during her victory pose, she waves to Luigi saying, "Hey, sweetie." Normally, this would not raise a significant concern with Western audiences since sweetie is a common nickname for people, but in Japan, forget it. You might as well tell them you're going steady. Perhaps the most overt display of Luigi and Daisy's relationship is in Mario Kart on the stage Luigi's Circuit. A large statue of the two can be seen dancing, seemingly having the time of their lives. Mario can chase Peach until the end of time, but it looks like Daisy and Luigi are happy together, dancing the night away. You go, Luigi! Bitter rivals. Just like Mario and Wario, Daisy has a rival of her own, but it's not who you might think. Just by looking at Waluigi and hearing his name would make you think he is Luigi's rival, and in a way you would be right. But his rivalry with Daisy is also pretty well documented. In Mario Strikers, the two face off in a challenge mode. Other games would also suggest the two have a checkered past. In the official Mario Party 4 guide, it is revealed that Waluigi has a crush on Daisy. And in later Mario Party games, their team name has been dubbed Awkward Date, implying that Waluigi has tried to put the moves on Daisy in the past. What makes this so odd is the fact we hardly see this happening with the other set of rivals, Mario and Wario. Wario has been written as this foul-mouthed, greedy villain, but we never really see him go after Peach. And it's not just human characters who have a problem with our red-haired maiden. Wendy C. Koopa, one of the Koopalings, also has a bone to pick with Daisy. In Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, Wendy's trophy description states that she sees Peach and Daisy as her rivals. We feel like no one told Wendy Koopa that Peach and Daisy already won. Flower power. While Daisy has not been officially asked to throw down in Super Smash Bros., that doesn't mean this princess is afraid to show off her power. We've seen Peach unleash some hurt in Super Smash Bros. With her parasol and turnips, but Daisy has some good old-fashioned flower power. For the most part, since she's been featured almost exclusively in sports and racing games, she had to use her skills to beat the competition. As her name implies, Daisy's ability revolve around flowers and often involve a flowery effect. An example of this would be Daisy's Flower Ball in Mario Superstar Baseball. This special ability made Daisy throw petals to obscure the opponent's view of the screen. A similar move she uses in that game is the flower swing. A flower buds on her bat and she slams the ball, creating a bed of flowers where the ball will land, making it harder for the opponent to find it. When she's not showing off her skills in sports, she can jump, ground pound, and run with the best of them. You can unlock Daisy in the mobile game Super Mario Run, provided you pay Nintendo $10 after downloading the free game. In any case, we think it's time for Daisy to finally make her appearance in Super Smash Bros. Come on, Nintendo! We already know she can slap Bowser into next week. Just do it. I am your father. Now, most of the Mario canon was created by Shigeru Miyamoto, the father of all things we love about Nintendo. He helped create Mario, Donkey Kong, Zelda, and so many more, but did he create Daisy? Surprisingly, no he didn't. The honor goes to Miyamoto's superior and mentor, Gunpei Yokoi, who worked as Nintendo's head engineer back in the late 80s. Gunpei wanted to recreate Miyamoto's Super Mario Bros. For the Game Boy in a new land separate from the Mushroom Kingdom. Things were different back then for Nintendo. The Game Boy was still a ways off, and the last handheld system the company made was the Epoch Game Pocket computer. Ever heard of it before? No? Well, that should tell you how it went. Yokoi was not going to give up though. He was determined to help make a new system and a lineup of games to put Nintendo on the map in the handheld division, which at the time was dominated by Game and Watch. Well, the story really speaks for itself at this point. The Game Boy came out with a power pack of games including Tetris, Metroid, Kirby, and Super Mario Land, which included Daisy. While we're not saying the Game Boy's launch would have been ruined if Daisy was not included, we need to give credit where credit is due. Thank you, Gunpei Yokoi, for giving us Princess Daisy to enjoy for years to come. Acquired taste. You would be hard-pressed to find gamers who honestly despise Mario, like actually hate him. Sure, you might not like all the games, which is completely understandable, but for the most part, Mario is a beloved video game icon. The same can be said for the rest of the characters. Donkey Kong? Hell, everyone is still raving to this day about Donkey Kong Country, calling it Rareware's best game franchise. Peach is one of the first video game princesses and is beloved by fans, cosplayers, and artists alike. Just try to find all the fan art people have drawn commemorating her. Actually, forget it. You need a safe filter for some of this stuff. Seriously, even Waluigi Luigi has made it into so many memes, it's actually ridiculous. And then we come to Daisy, and well, not a lot of people cared about her when she came out. She received very little praise even though Super Mario Land was such a hit. Some journalists covering the game even thought Daisy was a different localization of Peach for Western audiences. However, love for Daisy would soon turn around. When she made a more prominent character in some of the Mario spin-off games, articles started coming out praising Daisy. She was put on lists of characters who need their own games and similar topics. Destructoid even put out an article titled, "Why Daisy is Better Than Peach." Now that is some shade. Movie star. So how many of you have seen the Super Mario Bros. Movie? None of you? Yeah, thought so. Don't feel bad, this film has gone down in infamy as one of the worst video game movies in history. The film was released in 1993 and was Nintendo's last attempt at making a film until the recent rumor of a new Super Mario Bros. Movie being in the works. Let's hope this movie will be better. Considering it's made by Illumination Studios, we're not holding our breath. Nevertheless, the 1993 film took a lot of liberties with the source material, too many to name in one entry, but the film decided to make Daisy the main damsel this time around instead of Peach. Keep in mind this doesn't make the movie any better, but perhaps this was a way to market Super Mario Land, with Daisy's Sarasa Land being featured just 4 years before, and with her appearance in other games, Daisy was new and fresh on people's minds. Princess Daisy was played by Samantha Mathis, who would go on later to appear in Law & Order, SVU, and Lost, among other shows. Well, if there's one thing this film can do, it's surprise us. Aside from writing in Daisy, the talent they managed to drag into this is an accomplishment all on its own. Here's hoping Nintendo can learn from their mistakes and make a better movie this time around. And those were 10 weird things you never knew about Daisy. Do you agree with this list? Is Daisy a better princess than Peach? Should she be included in the next Super Smash Bros? Let us know in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to The Gamer for more exciting videos on the games you love. Thanks for watching.
Here we go!